This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, Krishna, we'll start with Unix, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so Unix is also like OS, right? Similar to Windows. Okay, Windows operating system, but it is a command level interface. Okay, so when you are working with the Windows, okay, so whatever you're doing, it's a graphical user interface, right? So in the Unix, right, it will be, you'll be having the Unix OS, right? On top of it, we'll be having the kernel. Okay, and then on top of it, you'll have the shell. Okay, so here is the place, right? The shell interface, right? Where we'll be giving the commands. Okay, we'll issue the commands. Okay, within this environment. Okay, so it will be kernel will be taking those commands to the Unix OS, right? And then we'll be able to work with the actual commands, right? What we have it. So any commands, whatever we are typing on the shell level, it will be giving us the output. So any action is right related to the commands only in this interface, right? So when we want to log into the Unix environment, you will be logging with the help of Putty, right? So Putty is the tool. So Putty tool is the one, right, which will be used for connecting to the Unix environment, or you can see Textia client is one more tool, right, where we can work with. So within the Putty tool, like you have to give the host name. Okay, we have to give the host name, port number, okay, host name, and then port number. So once we have given these two details, it will ask you for the login ID and password, okay, in the real time. So you'll be applying for this login ID and password, right? For this box, right? Unix box. So once you got it, you'll be able to log into the Unix environment. Okay. So this how will be login. So once you're logged in into the Unix, it will look like this. Okay, we'll be having in the command prompt. We'll be having the command prompt. So by default, once you log into the Unix environment, okay, it will be the home directory followed by your ID, right? Suppose say you have an ID like K123, right? So you'll be going to the home path. Okay, you'll be going to the home path, and then you can work on right from here onwards. Okay, so home path. This is a command prompt. So we can type the commands here, right? So now currently, if you want to know in which directory you are in, right, you can give the command like pwd. That is nothing but present working directory. So the present working directory is nothing but home path followed by the mobile external, right? This is the user ID here. Okay, so this is like a version which will not ask you, right, the login ID and password. It's a directly it will get opened in this version. But in the actual version, when you're working with the putty and all, it will ask you with the login ID and password. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So to understand in which directory, so everything like you have the directories and files, right? Directories are nothing but folders, and subdirectories are subfolders, and we'll have the files, right? Will be maintained in the Unix environment. So if you want to list out the files in this location, right, I can use simply command ls-lrt. Okay, ls is for listing the files, and L for long listing, R for reverse, T for time. So in general, if I use ls, simply ls command, right, you won't see the long information, right? You won't see the long information. So long information is something like the date, time, right, size of the file, what is the permissions we have it, who is the owner, right, group name, all this will be available, right, if you use -l option, right? R and T, so R is for reverse order, T is for time, right? So in general, whenever you created some files in this directory, right, in this folder, it will be keep on adding, right? It will be keep on adding with the new files, right? It will be keep on adding with the new files. So once the files are available, okay, once the files are available, so it will go with the the oldest files. I don't want to see the oldest files. I just want to see the latest files, right, on the last page. Okay, I want to see the latest files on the last page. Okay, so once we list the files, you will see in the last page it will have the latest files. So that's how we'll be using the R and T options, right, to reverse the order of the time with respect to time. You show me the files in the ascending order. The oldest files will be the oldest date, right, when it is been created, and latest files will be in the last page. So if you have more number of files listed, so you'll find the n number of file names listed, and it will be running with the multiple pages, right, in the Unix environment. But it will stop at the last page, and that last page data will be the latest data what we can expect, right, from this by using the -l rt. Okay, so next thing is if you want to create a file here, right, data file. Okay, I can use a touch command, touch a.dat. So once you created this will create 0-byte file. Okay, you could see that I have created the file a.dat, and this will be with 0-byte file, right? This will be with 0-byte file. You can see the file size here. Okay, you can see file size here, and you can create directories also here, like folders, right? If you want to create the folders, so we can create it mkdir der1. Okay, so you can list out the files here. So once we have this, right, you can see the directory is available and file is available as a first, right, indicator, whatever we have it here, that will try to understand, right, try to make you to understand whether it is a directory or file, right? So this is with the D, which is a directory. This is with a hyphen, right, which is with nothing but file.
Is this read, write, or those are the permissions for the user, or okay?
Yeah, these are the permissions what we have it. Okay, so you can change the permissions also.
Okay.
Okay, so once we want to try to understand with the permissions here, right?
What is X stands for? I mean, read and write, and X.
Execute permission.
Okay.
Okay, so read, write, X for execute. So if you want to give the permissions, right, so you have to give the chmod. Okay, chmod. But like I will be having owner, group, and others, right? So these are the three groups, right? What we have it. Owner is the one who created the file. Groups, they will be having groups, right? Assigned, allocated. So within the Unix level, so to in order to control the permissions, and which are other than groups, right? They will be in the others. So for all these three categories, we'll have the read, right? We have the permissions, right? If you want to give the read, right, execute, it will be visible like this. Suppose that the group is having only read and write, it will be visible like this. Suppose only others is having only read permissions, it will look like this, right? So this is the way it will be showing up, right? The permissions for you. To in order to change it, the permissions, what you can do is chmod 777, right? Suppose I would like to give the full permissions to the file. So chmod 777 space a.dat. Okay. So in some of the environment, right? Whenever you create some files, right? So if you are not giving the permissions, other users cannot modify it, right? They will not be able to modify it. So that's how we need to, right? Give the permission so that they would be able to do anything, right? So for modifications or removing the file, right? Updating the file, right? They can do anything. Okay, so here we have to give the permissions in this way, right? So permissions will make any user to access that file or remove that file or delete that file, update, right? Anything can happen. So now these permissions we can use it, and for a.dat now you can see read write and then read and then read write. So if you want to change the permissions to chmod 755 a.dat. So 755 means owner will have all permissions, group will have read and write, read and execute, and others will have read and execute. Okay, so read execute, read execute. Okay, so we can change the permissions in this way. Okay, so if you want to switch from one directory to other directory, right? So currently you are in home directory, but I would like to go to the dir1. So cd dir1 change directory name. So once you move to the directory, you can give pwd to see where you are in. So you can see home location followed by dir1, right? So you're in the dir1 path. Okay. So if you list out the files here, you won't see anything, right? So ls-lart, A stands for hidden files. Okay, A stands for hidden files or directories. Okay, so in every directory by default you'll have the hidden directories, right? You can see dot as one of the directory, which is present directory, and dot is nothing but it is the previous directory, right? So that means if you want to come exiting from this directory, cd space dot. Okay, cd space dot. So then it will be in the home path, right? It will be in the home path. Okay, so if it is dot is nothing but in the present directory wherever you are in, right? In the present directory wherever you are in, for that to show indicate that I can use dot. Okay, so if I want to go back to this right path, right, where I am in previously I am existing in, I can use simply cd space minus, right? Cd space minus, so that you can move to the previous directory where you are in, right? So dir1. Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah. Okay. So if you want to create one directory here, right? mkdir dir2. Okay, cd dir2. Okay, mkdir. Okay, dir3. cd dir3. Okay. So now if I simply use cd command, right, I'll be in the home path. Okay, basic home path, right? So once I came to this home path, right, if I try to remove the directory rmdir dir1, okay, so if I want to remove this dir1, it should be empty without any directory and files further, right? We should not have directory, we should not have any files also. So currently what we have in dir1, I have the dir2, and with the dir2 I have the dir3, right? So
Yes.
even though these directories are empty, still we have something in this directory. That's why it is not allowing you to remove the directory by using this rmdir, right? Okay, let's show you right, one more thing. Currently we are in the home path, right? So what I'll do is mkdir dir9. Okay, I have created one directory and then I am removing it dir9. It's allowing me, right? So if it is an empty directory, it will allow to remove it, right, with the help of RMD here. But if you have something within this directory, then rm minus rf dir1, right, rm minus rf. So recursively, forcefully remove the directory. So now if you do the dir1, you won't find dir1 right here. Okay, you don't have dir1, right? So it got removed. All the directories within that, right, dir1 also got removed. So while you're removing it, be careful and ensure that removing will not impact your process, right? So you no more require those files, right, or directories. Then only after getting confirmation, then only you can remove those directories or files, right, from the path. Okay. So now I can create one more time mkd here, this one, cd mkd here, dit2 cd. Okay, so this will be having the dir1 dir2 directories, right? So what I can do is, if you want to move back to the home path, cd dot dot slash dot dot. So this is previous directory and then previous to previous directory, right? So that means you wish to come to the home path, right? You wish to come to the home path. So you can come to the home path, home location, followed by the root path, right, where you came. So if you want to go back to the ones from where you came, cd minus. Again, you'll be back to the dir2. Okay, these are the shortcuts, right, where you can navigate from one path to other path in the Unix level. Okay.
cd minus will take you to the previous command, I mean previous location.
Yeah, previous location, right? So we came from dir1,
Yeah,
dir2, we are exited, right? We are exited.
yeah, to home. Again,
To
if you
home
want
path.
to move to the previous directory, then
Yeah, we came back to the D2 again. Okay, so yeah, now we are in the D2 directory, right? So I am coming out, right? I am coming to the home path. Simply I will give CD. I'll go to the home path. Okay, if I want to copy the files, right, I can do cp a.dat with the b.dat, right? Anyhow, a.dat itself is a 0-byte file, right? So b.dat is also 0-byte file. Okay, so now let's say that I want to rename the file, right? Rename the file mb b.dat with j.dat, right? I'm renaming it. The renaming will be allowed, right? Allowing the renaming, like give the directory file name b.dat to j.dat. You can rename it by using mv command. So now if you see ls nlrt, you can see it was renamed to j.dat file. Okay, so let's say that I want, this is renaming, the same mv command you can use it to move the file also, right? So what I will do is I can move to the, okay, so let me try to use the home path, environment variable $home, and then dir1 slash dot. Okay, so now if you see here, I don't see this j.dat available here. Okay, what I am doing is move is mv command will be used for two purposes. One is renaming the file. So I have renamed the file here from b.dat to j.dat, but I can move the file also from the current one of the directory to some other directory, right? So I'm moving from j.dat from the present location to dir1 directory, right? So dir directory, one directory is existing in the home location. Home location is nothing but slash home mobextram here, right? So that is nothing but $home environment variable. So if you see the echo of this $home, you could see the path, right, where this home path is being set with. Okay, so this way we can use this for moving the files or renaming the files. Okay.
okay.
And let's say that I want to enter some data into this a.dat file. Cat redirect symbol a.dat, right? Cat redirect symbol a.dat file. So When I do this, I can enter some data here. Okay, just I'm giving some data here. Okay, and then Control G. Control G, right? Control G will save the file content. So now, if you use the same command with cat, simply the file name, it will show me the data, right? Simply give the cat and then give the file name. Simply shows the data here. Okay. So redirect symbol simply will allow you to enter the data, and cat give the file name, right? Just to give the read the data, right? So normally, like if I'm reading a file which is having so many records, right? Like I have 2000 records, right? So by using the cat command, it will show all the 2000 records, right? It will show all the 2000 records. So if you want to see all the records, that is fine. But again, so many records will be there in the file, right? But if you wish to see only few records or particular record, you can see them, right? So what I can do is, if I want to see the first 10 lines of the file, right, I can use head command, okay, which will show only the first 10 lines of the file. Okay, if I want to see the last 10 lines of the file, right, I can use tail a.dat, right? But right now I don't have more than 5 records here, right? So even though you use the head command or tail command, it's giving me the same kind of output. So what I could do is I can do some appending of the file, right? I can use some appending. So whatever you have it in the previous content of the file, I just want to append it. That's why I'm giving the 2 times redirect symbol, right? 2 times, twice. Okay, 2 times. So redirect symbol. Now it will allow you to add some data here. Okay, it will allow you to add some data here. Okay, so I entered some data here and then Control C, right? So now if I want to see the number of records in this file, WC-L, right? The WC-L. So it will show the number of lines, right? How many records we have it. So here we have the 16 records, right? You can see 16, right? For this file. Okay, so now you do the head, the file name. It will show only 10 records. Okay, so ideally if you see the head.dat, it will have so many records, right? So out of this, it's showing me only the 10 records. And then tail, the file name. So it gives me the last 10 records of the file. Okay. If I have more number of records in the file, right? If I have more number of lines of data existing in the file, we have to use the more command, right? More and then file name. Okay. So more and file name is nothing but it will be displaying the data, right? Page by page. Okay. It will be showing the data page by page. Clear? Any questions?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So if you want to see the commands, right, whatever we worked out till now, you can use history command. Okay. So Control C. So history command. This will show me the commands whatever we worked till now. Okay. So clear will clear your screen. Okay. Clear will clear your screen. Okay. So next thing is Okay, so if I went with the vi commands, right, vi editor commands, so we'll be using vi and then file name, right, vi and file name. So this b.dat is not existing, so it will be getting created right now. It will be getting created by this process, right, vi b.dat, enter. So once we entered into this file, right, now we are in the insert mode, like I escape I will take you to the insert mode, right, escape I will take you to the insert mode. So where we can add some data here, right, I can add some data here. Okay, so how many records you are entering, it's up to you. So we can enter and escape shift colon WQ, right, escape shift colon WQ, so which will be showing me the data, right? So like escape I will be insert mode. Okay, escape shift colon WQ, that is write and quit within the VI editor. Okay, so now if you see the files, right, so b.dat is present now, right? So just you started with the VI and then file name, that got created, the file got created, and we are able to enter the data also, right? So the one way of using creating the file is in the cat command output, right? Within the cat redirect symbol and then go with the file name and then start entering the data. But the second way is do the VI, right? VI and then file name. Okay, VI and then file name. Okay, so now if you VI this b.dat, you can see the data, right? Escape shift colon set nu, right? Enter. So this will show you the line numbers, right? Line numbers of the file. Okay, escape shift colon set nu. Okay, so now if I want to replace something here, right? Escape shift colon percentage s slash I want to replace w with r, okay, across all the places, right? Across all the places, that is g. So now you could see w is being replaced with r. It's a global replacement, right? If you're not using the slash g in the command, right? So that will be replacing only the first one, right? Only first finding, wherever it is available.
Okay.
Okay, and if you want to move the cursor, right, top to bottom and all, right? So in general, you can use this arrow marks, right? You can use the arrow marks so that you can navigate it up and down or left or right. Okay, but if you want to use the other way, right, other way alone, like you can use GHJK, I think, right? So J is coming down and K will be moving up from bottom and L is moving right. Okay, and G. Okay, 1 second. So if you see this, if I'm standing here, right, I'll be G. G is okay. L is moving right, right? L is moving right, and H is for moving left. Okay, so H, J, K, L. Okay, so for any editing purposes, right, if you want to modify some data in the file, right, I can do this. Okay, you want to remove the record, you want to replace something, you want to update. Okay, so you can go with this. Clear?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay, so now, so mostly you can use the normal cursors, right, to move, navigate and all. Okay, other one is if I want to replace something here, right? So suppose I want to replace this D with something else, right? I pointed my cursor on D, escape, R for replace, and then I click on the T. So now D changed to T, right? Otherwise, this is replacing the character. Okay, if you want to remove a character, escape X. Okay, escape X, so that it will remove that character. Okay, it will remove that character. So to remove a character, escape X. To replace the character, escape R, and then type the character, whatever you want. Okay, suppose say I want to insert some data here, right? I want to insert some data. So what I'm doing, escape I. So that will be coming to the insert mode. So now I am entering some data here. Okay, so this is how we can go with the insert mode, right? So escape G, okay, escape shift G. Escape shift G will take you to the last line of the file. Escape shift H. Escape shift G. Okay, so what you can do is, okay, so when you want to for your understanding or right trying on, okay, suppose say a file contains 100 records. Okay, so go to record 25. Okay, so I have to go to the record number 25. So explore, right, how we can do this. Okay, and a file contains 100 records. Okay, so go to record 100. Okay, after going this, you try with the record number 1, right? You come back to the record number 1. Okay, you take any number of records. Just I'm giving an example, right? How to move it. Okay, see, you got your chart. Got it, Krishna?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay, so if you want to delete some records, right? Okay, delete some records. So currently we have 48 records. If I'm saying escape 10 DD, so I have removed 10 records. So you can see the number of records here, right? So if suppose say I am going to this escape 8 DD, so 8 records have been deleted. Okay, 8 records have been deleted.
Is it removing the records from top or bottom? Is there any order there?
Not on the bottom.
Okay.
From the bottom in the sense like, okay, suppose say you are in the which line you are in, right? Suppose it matters, right? It
Okay.
matters in the line number. So I'm in the 28th line, right? If I am removing two records, right? Which two records will move? Remove. It will get removed.
28 and 27.
28 and 29.
Okay.
From the cursor to
Okay.
below, bottom, right?
Below.
Not above,
Yeah.
below, right?
Okay.
Escape. I'm doing 2DD. So
Okay.
now you can see last record is empty, right? We don't have any data. Okay, if you want to delete one record also, that is fine. Go for escape DD, right? So now empty record has been removed. Okay. So escape shift dollar will go to the last character of the line. Okay. Escape shift dollar will go to the last character of the line. Escape shift cap. Okay. Escape shift cap will come to the first character of the line. Okay, so that way you can go to the first character, last character of the line at any point of time. And if you don't want to save all these changes, whatever I made till now, right? Escape shift colon Q not, right? Q not will not save anything, right? Now you can see how many lines are there in this file, right? 46 again. So whatever I removed it, I roll back. So once I exited from the VI mode, so that's it, right? So we will not have any other data, right? So you will be coming out from the window, but and so WQ is for write and quit, Q naught is quit without saving. Okay, so that's how we can manipulate some data here, right, in the VI mode. Okay, so what I need is, okay, so within the file, okay, I have date available in multiple lines, right? Date available in multiple lines. Want to replace it. Okay, that means you have 328. Okay, so if you have 328 2000, I just want to replace this date with 410. Okay, I want to replace this with this date. Okay, so what is the one way of substituting this data means? You can use %s, right? %s slash, I can use this, right? Okay, substitution of this so and so date with the new date globally. Okay, so without VI mode, can we do this, right? Without VI mode. So try without the VI mode. Okay, so next thing is grep w b.dat. So grep is for searching the pattern, and w is the character what it is looking for, and it is file name, right? It is the file name. So grep is for to search. Okay, so let's say that I'm creating one more file, vic.dat. Okay, so I have some data here. Okay, so cat c.dat. Okay, let me enter one more record. Okay, so let's say this is my data. Okay, so out of this, when I grep for B within this file, how many entries are there? 3 entries. Okay, so it is looking for B in entire file level, wherever it has been available, right? So it will not look after the first field or second field or third field, right? It will look in any column of the record level.
Okay.
Okay. So now if I am wishing to get the data, right, based on second field only. Okay, based on second field only. So what you can do? This is awk command utility, awk-f, which is a field separator, which is a comma, dollar, two, okay, the dollar two equal to B. Right, so give the file name. Okay, so this somehow $1 is the first field, $2 is the second field, $3 is the third field and all. Right, $0 is to print the complete record, right? So now like if you see, I just want to search for the B in the second field and give the file name. So it gives the file name where the second field is B.
So if you want to search in the first field, it would be $1.
$1, right? Okay, so if you are doing for the first field, $1 equal to B, and then we can write like print $0. Okay, so $0 implies the complete record. Okay, the complete record. Okay, so if you want to find out
If you
the
don't give, sorry, if you
Mhm.
don't give print $0, then it will give only the field or the entire row. Then if you check the previous command, it
yeah,
has given us 20B and 60B.
yeah, if you're giving this one, right, you're saying?
Yeah. Other
Okay, so
Yeah.
still it will give me the complete record. Okay, but here you can select which fields you want to display also, or the complete record also we can do it.
Okay. The default command for print $0 means the entire record. If you want particular fields, then we need to mention those.
We need to mention which fields you want to print in the output.
Okay.
Okay, so df minus kh dot will give me the space, right? Available space. So once we started with the working with the Unix environment, right, we'll have the different directory path, right? So each directory path will have a different data mount. So this is the data mount, right? So this is the data mount, like a directory, right? Or a drive, right? Drive how we'll be maintaining in the Windows. Okay, so within this path, how much space is being allocated and used? Okay, so this will give me the space availability, right? How much percentage used and how much used, available and all. Okay, so what you can find it more is look at the files where ending with .dat. Okay, so you create some files and then you can search for those files only. Okay, so look for the files where it is ending with .txt. Okay, and then look for the files ending with .dat and then remove them. Okay. Okay, so next thing is, so you're able to do the cat command here, right? If I want to grep for multiple patterns, right? Multiple patterns, that means grep -e. I would like to search for K and I'd like to search for L. Okay, so K, L, If you don't have any file, it will show no such file directory. Okay, so egrep. Okay, so we have to use egrep command instead of grep, right? Egrep. Egrep -e. So you can give the patterns in the double quotes, right? With the pipes as a separator, we can give the multiple values, right? So I'm looking for K, I'm looking for K. L also, right? So if I want to look for more also, I can give it. Okay, egrep -i. Okay, so this is the output for searching for the multiple patterns. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. So you can practice all this in the Unix, right? So
Actually, I don't have the Unix software.
I'll share this right VM setup. So
Okay.
do you have VM in your machine by any chance?
Yeah.
You have VM, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll share the VM in the drive. Okay, you can send me the test email.
Okay.
Okay, once you download it, you can open that. Just say copy or copy the VM. Take out my email ID. I ping you on the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll share it on the Google Drive. You download, uncompress, and open from the VM.
Okay. Understand.
Got it, right? So that would be the steps, right? Where once I shared it, so that it will have the Unix Abinitio, right? VM. So that VM will be opened, and you can practice there. Okay, so we'll see continuation tomorrow, right? With the Abinitio.
Yeah. So only I need to go to that drive and download in the VM. That's it.
Yeah, download into any place, uncompress it,
Yeah.
that folder, and then open from the VM. Already you have a VM, right? Open it, and then you try to open a virtual machine. That will be like you can browse it to the location where you uncompressed this folder, whatever I will be sharing now. Okay, so that will try to open the VM directly. So when it is showing some option, you say I copied it, so that it will be opening directly. Okay, so we'll meet tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Krishna here. You can practice more and more, you'll feel comfort. Because these
Yeah.
are the commands which we have to remember by practicing.
In real time, do we create all these directories, or is there any team they're going to create? Because as the ETL developers, do they give access to all those creating the directory?
Yeah, we'll talk all those, right? Once when we are talking about in the Abinitio point of view.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.